This is a speedrun guide for getting a photography business up and running, and it's based on the minimum viable setup so you can start getting some success quicker and start making some money by doing what you love. To have quick success, you have to pick a niche. Don't try and shoot everything. Pick a profitable niche that you can stand out in and base this around what you enjoy shooting along with what the market needs. Effectively, what the demand is in your area for photography services. So this could be things like weddings, corporate headshots or portraits. It could be family shoots, real estate, construction, events or nightlife, or even products. By focusing on one specific area, it's going to give you the credibility and evidence to a potential customer that you can do the job. The reason I would start with a niche and develop my skill set there is because that's actually going to pave the way for the future of our business and the direction that we take. Specifically, the next step, which is the name and branding. Choose a name that's simple, searchable, and more importantly, niche friendly. There's no point in calling yourself something weddings, for instance, if you're doing something in the event space. I mean, that's a pretty obvious suggestion, but you'll be surprised at what people call their businesses and then what industries they end up working in. You want something that's relatable and is going to connect with that type of audience to have the best chance of making sales and making money from doing what you love. You're going to want to lock in an Instagram handle and other social media platforms. You're going to want to get yourself a proper email address through Gmail, and that comes with getting a domain name with your new business name in. It's really important to keep it clean and professional here. So even if you go with your name followed by what you do, so for instance, Ross Welch Weddings, that's going to be way better than using something like Snap King 10,000. When I work with people who are just starting out, one of the biggest objections I see is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to pay like $5 or £5 for a domain name. Oh no, I'm going to have to pay $10 for a Gmail account. These two things are going to be the thing that separates you from being an absolute beginner and someone who takes their business seriously. Trust me on this, you're going to make a lot more sales as a result of doing that. You don't need the most expensive kit, you just need to shoot professionally. And remember, it's not just about the equipment, it's about what you can do with it that makes the biggest difference. Ultimately, you can upgrade later. Great photos come from skill, not just camera gear. Don't make the mistake that so many photographers fall into, which is they feel like they're not in a position to be able to charge because they haven't got the best equipment. I know people who are making thousands just using their iPhone. So why can't you make it with a small, simple DSLR? As long as you've got a camera, SD card, and batteries, that's enough to do the job. Of course, when you start generating some money, you can invest that money back into equipment. And there's a couple of key suggestions I would make. The first is getting yourself a good quality light, because then that opens up the doors to creating lots of very unique and stunning looking images if you've got the right lighting setup. And the second is to invest in a variety of lenses. You don't need to go overboard with this. I generally have a long range zoom lens. I'll then have a wide angle lens, and then I'll normally have a fixed focal length, something like a 50mm. So for instance, for many years and even to this day, we generally work on a wide lens, which might be something like a 16-35. Then we would go for a 50mm prime lens, and then we would look at 24-105. Those three lenses will provide you with a variety of shots that will help you level up the unique nature and variety of your work. But all of that is completely pointless if you don't have a portfolio page set up. So you need to create a landing page that showcases your work, even if you're just starting out, because potential customers who are looking to spend money with you are going to want to do a little bit of a background due diligence check. Now, there's a risk element that comes with this, and for the client's point of view, if they're paying thousands of dollars or pounds for your services, then they're going to want to see that you do a really high level job. But if you're charging a really low amount because you're just starting out and you're just charging something to make some money, they're not expecting that. But they do want to see that at least you know how to take photos right and that you're not just going to run away with their money. They're looking for evidence or proof that, okay, you can take some nice images, you're cost effective, so there's less risk overall, and the buying process is really different. The same happens if I'm going to buy a chocolate bar from the shops, right? It's a very different buying process when I just go in and buy something like that to buying a car. So for you, if you're just starting out, it's just about showcasing that you can actually take photos and showcasing some of the work for that niche that you're in. You can do this on Instagram to showcase your portfolio on your page. You can create a free website on places like Wix or Canva and just post 10 to 20 images on the sites to showcase your work. And this can be from practice shoots or unpaid shoots. As a quick tip, if you want to scale your business fast, then I would suggest doing some free shoots if you're just starting out to actually develop that skill set and also to put in line with your portfolio. We call this a free to fee strategy, where we talk with business owners about doing something for free, and if they're happy with it, then we can talk about doing a paid shoot maybe in the following month. It's great for building up rapport, good client relationship, showing that you can do the work so that you can build out your portfolio, and then having a conversation about doing paid work with that client down the line. But when you come to charge for your services, you need something that you can actually sell. So this is all about offer and pricing. My advice here is to start simple, select 2 packages, one that's a simple mini shoot, and then 2 that is a full day shoot. Give the client some idea of how many images they would get for each. So let's say with a half shoot, you get 50 images, and with a full shoot, you get 200 images, so that they can start to understand what package will be best suited for the needs of their business. Do some market research and create a starting price that reflects your services. So that might be you going out there and asking other freelancers how much they charge for a half shoot or a full shoot, what kind of packages they've got on their websites, and start to see where you fit in with the market. I've always said on this channel, if you're starting out and you don't have any idea of what to charge and you don't find this information, which you should be able to find by doing some market research, but let's say you don't, just charge something. Charge £100 or $100 to get the ball rolling, and then start to grow up your rate as time goes on. But remember, don't undervalue yourself. This is where so many people go wrong who have been working for years and they're not charging anywhere near as much as they should do. People respect confident, clear pricing. Now, if you want to protect yourself, we have to go over some legal basics. At minimum, you're going to want to set up your business as either a sole trader or an LLC or a limited liability company, depending on where you are in the world. Now, different countries will have different takes on this. Some enable you to generate some money, and when you want to turn that into a business, you can then register when you start generating some money at that point. Others say you have to do it from day one, so just do a quick search on your government website to find out how you register as a company. Get a contract template online. This is just an agreement that you have with a client to say, I am going to do this on this date for you, and you're going to pay me this on this date for me. Very simple, but by having a contract in place, it makes it really clear with what they're expecting and what you're expecting in return with regards to payment. It also makes you look a lot more professional. So sometimes people feel like this is a bit of a sticking point or a bit of like just not needed, but it actually makes you look like a proper business because all the big players out there are doing it. So why shouldn't you? You want to make sure you're protected and get paid and have a document that has all of that stuff in. Now, the final thing to note for legal basics is to set up a payment portal. Now, this is probably one of the most important things you need to do is how are you going to receive that money? You can look at PayPal, go cardless, or even doing a wire or bank transfer, but you want to make sure that stuff's in place because otherwise you're not going to get paid. Now your business is looking a bit more legit. The problem is, how do people know that you even exist? And that's why you need to start marketing and sales. So go ahead and DM 20 local businesses offering a discount for new first-time clients. Post daily on Instagram with behind the scenes or what you're up to. Again, even if it's not a paid shoot, just documenting what you're doing so people can start to know that you exist. Join 2 to 3 local networking groups or Facebook groups where you'll be able to look out for new opportunities and have conversations with business owners. Now, I know a lot of people think that Facebook's dead, but it's actually such a great hub for still generating paid work as a creative business owner. Then go ahead and tell all of your friends and family that you're available for bookings, and if they know anyone that they could put in touch with you, that would really help benefit you. We call this the lowest hanging fruit because it's the bit that's going to actually probably drive the most success. It's the easiest road to make a sale is by asking people you already know if they know anyone else that could do with some photography services right now because you've really excited, you've just gone ahead and started your first business. Focus on action over perfection and focus on visibility to create more opportunity. Then go ahead, book that first shoot, send that first email, that first DM, and start generating some paid work. Now, if you've watched to this point, you probably fit into 2 key categories. The first is that you're just starting out and you literally have no idea how to start making money. Or the second is that you've been going for a little while and you're literally looking for any tips possible to help generate more sales and grow your business to that next level. Perhaps you feel like it's a bit of a plateau or you're suffering from feast and famine months where some months you've got some work on and the next you've got absolutely nothing on whatsoever, which can be extremely scary. The same as starting out when you literally think, I want this to be my full-time job, but I just can't get anyone to pay me for my services? Well, let me share with you what email strategies we use, because without a tried and tested framework, you're just going to be doing it the long way of trial and error. So let me help you cut through that corner. I'm going to show you some email templates, some AI tools that can help speed up the process for you, and more importantly, how we sign clients onto long-term contracts, even if you're just starting out as an absolute beginner. All you need to do right now is click the link in the description below. It will take you through to our free workshop. This is a live recording that's been cut down, so we cut out all of the fluff and we get straight to the point. And I'm going to show you on there how to cut that learning curve in half by sharing with you the strategies that have helped hundreds of filmmakers, photographers, and video editors inside our academy. I promise you this will not be a waste of your time, and you will leave there with a page full of notes and lots of actionable, valuable information that you can start implementing right now to build upon what we've covered in this video. So go ahead, click that link. I'll see you in the live workshop. Take care. Peace.